different player. Liverpool. Let's get to Liverpool. I mean, massive 3 points for Liverpool, right? It was a bit of a hairy game for Liverpool. I thought Wolves played really well. I don't think Wolves deserve to.
They have a lot of games like that.
Did Wolves really deserve to lose that game? Acuna again, excellent in the game. But your script got over the line, and that's what champions do, innit? I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When the game's, been a bit tight, when it's not been going well, you had to, obviously, Everton coming back at the last minutes during the week. You had the loss against Plymouth. All of a sudden, a little bit of vulnerabilities, but you held out for a big 3 points because a bit of pressure was on.
Massive amount of pressure on. Said this, right? I worked it out. Watched the interview with Arne Slot, and I loved what he said. So at the start of the season, we were playing very freely, right? We weren't expected to win, and I think we just got a new manager, and he said, go out and enjoy your football. And that's a mentality thing. When you're playing like that, you've got no pressure. Just enjoy it. Now we're at the proper end of the season, the business end of the season, where it's on. We have a potential to win some trophies right now, and you're seeing it, how it's affecting the Liverpool players, right? I do think in the first half we come out and we were super intense. We went at them, we pressed them, the high press was there, and we got our 2 goals, and we basically sat on that. We went out like we wanted to win the league in that first half, but I also think in the second half, which was diabolically awful, by the way, it was terrible. I think we also played like we wanted to win the league in the second half, but the negative end of it, we were so nervous. I don't think I've ever seen Liverpool players as nervous as this season. It was like we couldn't string a pass together. I've seen Virgil van Dijk getting sent by Cunha, who was phenomenal, by the way. That is such a special player. He sent the whole defence one way, made space for his left and wrapped it in. It was one of them where we had to crawl across the line, and we got some luck as well. So we're looking at Kanate. We've seen he could have had a few yellows in that game, and he never got sent off. Slot was smart about it, and you're talking about centre-back partnerships.
Yeah.
As long as we've got Virgil there, he seems to elevate anyone else's game. Yeah. And Quansah come on, mate, and was fantastic. He really was. He just done his job as a centre-back. Just clear it, just get it out. They've had a goal disallowed by Mo Salah, which was fraction offside, which was a beautiful goal. I don't know if you've seen it. Brilliant. Yeah, outside the boot, wrapped it round. Yeah. Brilliant. And then, that has a toll on you mentally. We're now 3-0 up. Yes, we're going to win this game. Oh, it's been taken away. Right, we go again, right? Then we get penalty, and we'll talk about this penalty, yeah. My word, Jota, yeah. I'm so sorry, Rival fans, you can get at me for this one. That was a dive. The defender did quite literally everything to get out of his way. I seen his arm trailing there, and he even tucked his arm in perfectly around it. Jota, you dirty little git. Don't do that, lad.
Probably shouldn't have slid in like that.
But having said that, I want to win at all costs, so do you know what I mean, lads? You know what I mean? So it's one of them. But it was diabolical.
It was a disgrace. And I don't know how, I don't think he got a booking afterwards, did he?
No, he didn't.
Like, that should be, when that happens, like, blatant like that.
Yeah, they should be recommending a booking.
Yeah, sorry, no penalty anymore. Also, hold that.
I'm just glad they overturned it, though, because we've seen a lot of very dodgy penalties this season where they just stuck with the on-field. That was one of the first ones I've seen in a while.
You couldn't stick with it on-field or that.
Fair, absolutely right decision. Yeah. But I do think that affected Liverpool again in the game.
You could argue there was slight contact. Slight.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No. That's what they've done with some of them this season, isn't it? They said,
not that one.
No,
on Thursday,
the man even drew his
arm
arm in.
Yeah, but there was slight contact, wasn't it? Even though he did that, there was slight contact. So we've seen this season where they've still given it because you can argue that there's contact.
I mean, Simon Hooper got the decision right, and I also think he got the decision right for the first penalty. If you're looking at the first one, Diaz is about to be one-on-one with the keeper, so the keeper makes a decision to come out of goal and meet him. And because he's made that decision, Diaz is now going to play for that penalty. He knows exactly what you're going to do, so he's going to take a heavier touch, so you clatter him, and that's textbook how you play for the penalty.
That's fine.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but I do think that next penalty, again, and the Mo Salah goal getting disallowed, really had a knock-on effect for the rest of the game for the Liverpool players. Like, when are we finally going to win this game? When are we going to this effort going to pay off?
Also, what it is the Everton game, isn't it?
Yeah,
now all of a sudden, you're not sure until that whistle goes. I've been there with those, you know what I mean, where you play against a team, they've got that last minute, so all of a sudden when you've been comfortable in 2-1s and things like that, you're not no more because you're just at the back of your mind.
The stakes as well.
And the stakes are so high.
That game there.
That's what we're talking about. So this is what we're talking about when we're talking about the Portuguese league earlier. Wolves are 17th. And they just went to Liverpool's ground, Anfield, which is a formidable ground to go to, and they were better than us. They simply were, and that's because the quality gap is not so huge. And when you've got players like Cunha, Honestly, that goal was just marvellous. You should try and get him, by the way, because honestly, he's a sick player.
Everyone's gonna be
Everyone's going to be in front.
Liverpool, it's testament. We had spirit, resilience, and we crawled over the line, and we had to do that when we won it with 99 points. Go back and look, look how many games we won 2-1. Millions of them. Aston Villa one was stood out massively for me. We were literally 1-0 down on the 87th minute, and we scored 2 goals in the last 5 to win. This is what you've got to do to win leagues. You can't play boss every single week, and I'm not expecting that, but I do want them to get over the line, and they did it. And now we've got a massive, huge fixture on Wednesday that we have to go in and win.
Have they brought forward that game because of the Carabao
Cup
Cup final?
Which is mad. We've got
no, because I think what it is that next week the Champions after this week the Champions League starts back in it, and it's 2 legs, so they can't play it in that.
Yeah.
So that's why they've had to bring that.
Do you know what?
game.
Though? I'm annoyed with it, right? Because we've got 5 games in 15 days, and in March we've only got 1 Premier League game. Like we're going to be playing 3 games in March. Put one of the games. Even Villa wanted to move it. I feel like sometimes
There's
the
going to be
league.
Champions League in March if you get.
Yeah, there will be, but still, there's more space in that month to move
I
the
think there's
game
an
around.
FA Cup
break.
weekend.
And we're not in the FA Cup either. It's
I think there's never a Premier League game played in the FA Cup weekend, is there?
You can go to Dubai, man.
But honestly, I celebrated that win like it was a Champions League final or something, because I just wanted to see Liverpool get over the line and pass that test after the Everton game. It was so important.
Huge win.
And now we're going to Villa, right? And I tell you now, Villa haven't beat us in 6 games, lads and ladies. Yeah, we've won the last 4 and drew 2 against.
Easy win.
Different now, Doyle.
I know it's different.
It's
Easy
different
win.
now, Doyle.
Rashford,
He's
I'm not
there,
saying-
and he hates
there's
Liverpool.
no way.
And he will be ready.
There's no way.
Will be ready.
He wasn't ready for Man United, was he, lads? He wasn't ready to do it for his actual hometown.
Exactly, so he's not there anymore. That's what I'm saying. He's broken free of the environment.
Freedom.
And we know what happens when they break free.
Even
And now
Anthony's having fun.
Even Anthony's having fun. Villa, and we all saw when he came off the bench against Ipswich.
Yeah,
Rashi's doing his thing.
boss.
So rise against
There's players in Villa that I'm terrified about. We've got Morgan Rogers, and then you've got Ollie Watkins, right? They both got a combined of like 20-something goals and 20-something assists together. Fantastic players. You've got Emi Martinez. But this is different now. Liverpool are going for the title. We have to win this game. And I do believe the motivation to try and get... So, what was it? They got 4 points right close to us, right? You won that game against Leicester. Everyone's made up at Arsenal. We're like, we're going to do this again now. We're 4 points off them.
No, we
and then
wouldn't say
Liverpool,
that.
some players,
We knew you had Wolves.
some of them were. Yes, saying, Joe, you said we've got to win it. And we did, lads. We did.
Listen.
no, let
I
me
certainly weren't thinking that. You're playing Wolves.
Let me say it
At
anyway.
home.
Right, so we're 4
You
points.
played Leicester.
I'm not going to lie. I was worried a little bit, right? You're 4 points close to us now. I'm scared, mate. We're not playing well in this Wolves game. We have to get across the line. But now we can go 4 days and gain 6 points, going to 10 points ahead of Arsenal, which again...
before they
even play again. And do you know what that'll do for the Liverpool morale? It's huge going into the City game on the weekend, and it's a massive blow to Arsenal again if we manage to do that.
What if you went there?
What if they do, Robbie?
What?
What?
No.
You're 10 points
if they
behind with no
do?
striker.
No, that's very true.
Mikel going to save you then.
That's very
Marino,
true.
I mean.
That's very true. But then also you could say, what if you went there and dropped points?
Yeah.
But what if they
Right?
don't?
And then we went
But what if they don't?
and what? Yeah,
what
no,
if they
he just
don't?
said if they don't.
What if they
Yeah,
don't?
what are you piping up for?
We
You know,
wanted
one
your
little win where you
answer.
get right.
We wanted your answer.
Big
on that.
people are
What if
talking.
they
No. It's a big people argument now. You know what I mean? Where you coming into this? Behave yourself, right? Now listen, right? Yeah.
You just Nicholas Jackson.
What the hell is that straight?
What I'm saying?
Wrong group chat, isn't it?
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you
The mud chat.
Don't bring me
if
into
you
that
did
chat.
drop points, what would it be if you did drop points, say, and then we won at the weekend, we'd be
4
within
points.
4 points,
Yeah.
and then you got City.
Yep. We need to
So
win.
you know what I mean. So I think it is I think the next 2 games, I kind of look at it. You win those 2.
3. You know who we've got after City?
You got Newcastle.
Newcastle, Villa,
Yeah.
Man City, and Newcastle.
But I
are
think
horrible
the
games.
next 2 in particular are the
went
vital
well.
ones.
I'm sick and by the way, I'm sick of this.
They're
right?
both away, innit?
Going
They're
for the
both away.
title is great. It's so wonderful that we're in this position, yeah. But you know the anxiety that I have watching Liverpool every single week? I'm sick to death. I'm looking at a row of fixtures and going, if we just get through this, if we just make this, then maybe. But one thing that's given me hope, genuinely, I'm not trying to diss Arsenal, I'm really not, is the fact that you don't have strikers.
We
Yous
got
are gonna
Mikel
drop points.
Marino, man. Don't worry about that.
Yous are going to drop points.
Like out of those next 3 fixtures, how many points do you reckon?
I think Liverpool are going to get 7 points from their next 3 fixtures. I think that we can beat Villa. We have their number. We usually are there, but week team. Touch wood.
We don't
do.
go too early.
They didn't even beat 10-man Ipswich.
Honestly, we've been lucky.
I mean,
Like
they
so.
haven't been great.
But and they're also dipping in form right
defensive
now.
poor.
They've won
Yeah,
3
defensive.
games.
Yeah.
They've won 3 of their games in the last 10.
Yeah.
Not in the Premier League, all games, right? That's terrible form. It's not good form. And then going into it. What was the question you asked me? Sorry.
How many points?
7 points.
sorry.
And then we've got City.
Nerves are
Yeah, I
catching
am.
me,
I'm scared. And then we've got City where you've seen them, right? Mamou scored the hat-trick in 30 minutes against Newcastle and they won 4-0. And I say, oh, great. You're trying to find a bit of form now as soon as we're going to play, yeah, boss. Yeah. And I do think that will probably be a draw. That's me logical mind thinking it'll be a 1-1, 2-2, good draw, Man City Liverpool game, and all good on you to get back.
Well-
but the Newcastle game going into Anfield, we seem to have their number as well. So I think 7 points is reasonable, and I'm okay with that.